All right. Now, here's my subtopic off of this that I want to get to. Um, I'm having a bunch of conspiracy theory conversations with people, and I entertain it all because some of the conspiracy theories are interesting. All right. The biggest conspiracy theory around why we saw Diddy just go through this, and what a lot of people at this point are saying he was overcharged. This a Rico for this, a one-man sole defendant Rico for this. Why did the government come with that level in the first place? Okay. So the biggest conspiracy that we see is the shit related to, am I pronouncing it correctly? Diageo, right? The parent company, liquor company over Ciroc. He started the this even 50 is stood on this publicly, right? He got into the lawsuit with Ciroc, all types of claims about a racial mistreatment and decisions being made or whatever, even though he made a ton of money. I think they said like $60 million a year, something like that from Ciroc or whatever. But he still got to a point where he said, this is mistreatment. This is foul play that they're doing. And by the way, shout out to Checks and Balances. I think they tossed this in the chat like a week or two ago. I don't think Diddy is the only person to sue that parent company over the same claims. I think it was Pharrell maybe as well as somebody else. But anyway, I don't know if they got any racist claims that continued to come their way. But Diddy filed that when he began fighting his Rico, he dropped that. You know what I'm saying? I got bigger fish to fry right now. Whether he really wants to stand on that at some point, who knows, right? But it was dropped. So, strong conspiracy theory, right? You play with certain people, you play with certain entities. There's all types of backings. I love the reference and the depiction in is it God of War with Nicolas Cage. He started off as a low-level gun runner. By the time he got all the way up through the ranks, he was doing deals between countries and wars and governments, right? And when he finally got arrested by the feds, I hate that I'm spoiling it right now for some of y'all, but there's powers above. I won't spoil it all the way. That intervened in certain ways because of the knowledge he was walking around with, right? These shadowy people, like the person that thinks that the president is the top person is naive. The president is a face. The president is a spokesperson. The president is being puppeted as well. There's people behind, and how much money does the president make? Even his salary is peanuts on the grand scheme of things. Okay, there's always these shadowy Bilderberg, John F. Kennedy, fucking type of families and people in the world that you don't see them, but the strings that they pull are massive. And that's where we see the Ciroc. But what's above Ciroc that makes a boom? Okay, let's play, right? So that conspiracy actually is logical. There's another one. They really wanted to put this Rico on Diddy to muddy up his public perception so that they can then come behind this with the Tupac case, right? Here's my thing about the Tupac conspiracy and Diddy. Was Diddy involved in Tupac's shooting or murder? It's possible. There's a thing about how much time has passed, though. When the feds are interested in something, they're interested in something. And yeah, we see them build a 6-month, a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year case. They could have been on Big U for how many years, right? Who else? What are some other big examples when they finally they followed John Gotti around for years to the point where he's covering his mouth out in public while he's talking? Like, he knows. Like, they will spend the time to build their case. The Pac shit, though, first of all, it's why a lot of us always feel like they don't really care about Pac and Big's murders, because these were public, like right there. You talk about like shit like the Vegas Strip where 1 million people could see, and this shit ain't solved. Are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Tyson fight night and shit. Like, come on. There's a lot of technology and cameras around at that time too. Then, so aside from the amount of time that has passed, you also got two of the biggest witnesses have zero credibility up on the stands because of their backdrop. They've already shown that they're willing to save themselves, at times snitch, at times lie, and that's Suge Knight and Keefe D, right? They're going to be a star witnesses because so many other people tied to those murders are already dead. Okay. You're going to talk to me about, you're going to put Keefe D on a stand as a witness, as the government or the prosecution. It's the worst witness ever. And he's stupid. And he put himself in jail by running around, parading around his book shit and whatnot, interviewing with Vlad and shit. And she'll get shook. Oh, he don't have motives. This isn't well known that he's Diddy's fucking arch enemy for life. Like, come on. So the Pac theory, I can't go with that. You know what I'm saying? Here's the third theory that I started seeing going around. This Rico really was just to convict him of the federal charges and prove that all this activity was happening illegally underneath this umbrella that is just a bunch of billion-dollar assets so that the government can come with their greedy hands and claim all this shit. All these companies, all these masters, all these studios, all these cars, all these cribs, all these bank accounts, all this jewelry. There's billions of dollars worth of shit. We want it, right? Is money always a motive in the government? Of course. But that's the third conspiracy theory, right? Once again, the first one to me having the most legs. What do I believe, despite the 20 conspiracy theories out there, not just the top 3, but the 20 that's out there? What I believe is Diddy was just simply doing too much for too long around too many people in the public eye. Doing too much, doing it for too long, doing it in front of too many people in the public and for everybody to see. Came out of the testimony that Cassie was punched in the stomach in front of a bunch of celebrities at an outdoor restaurant. He's doing shit on private planes allegedly, and Cassie's on the floor kicking up, screaming, "Don't nobody see this?" He was damn near moving around with like as if he had immunity. And just like Lil Boosie said, "Yo, grab Stevie J and your children and go sit the fuck down." We was saying that to Diddy from the Shine shit, from the Club New York shooting. You see what you just went through? You just beat that case. You got innocent bystanders that was hit with bullets and all this type of shit. It's you and Sean and Jennifer Lopez in there, high profile celebrities and shit. You were supposed to sit down back then. And he's been through more shit. Hold on, I'm tripping. Why the fuck? Chat, I apologize. Why the fuck did I just say he was supposed to sit down from the Shine shooting? No. Before that, we got Shine and people started the comparisons that, yo, your voice sounds like Biggs. I'm tripping on the timeline. We thought you should have been sitting down after Big died, after Pac died. Because there's a lot of energy around the bad boy and death row war. That's your best friend that just died. Pac as well. Your name's in the mix of that. Sit the fuck down. Two of the biggest hip hop stars at that time just got murdered. Sit down for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. Then Shine shit comes around. Sit down for the rest of your life. Do y'all fuck with my theory or the other 3? I feel like he just never sat the fuck down. And then you get to Cassie. Here's my tie-in back to Funk Flex. Funk Flex isn't the first person to say this. A lot of people have said that she was moving forward with trying to write a tell-all book. And Kanye West said this, even though he's not the most credible person. Cassie approaches Diddy, right? Looking for alleged negotiations or threaten him with a tell-all book or whatever. He curves it. She's looking for something. After he curves it, she takes what she's going to put in this book. She just takes it into a lawsuit, right? I'm going to get this bread one way or another. You think I'm just fitting to sit here after being in a $1 billion lifestyle, and now I'm with this personal physical trainer, and I got to look up every day and see Diddy getting awarded by the mayor, the key to the city, and he's doing these podcasts with Young Miami, and he's with 50 Cent, BM, and all this shit, and I'm tapped in. I'm hearing all the other behind-the-scenes shit, too, is coming my way. And I'm supposed to just sit here and watch all this shit as a scorned woman that did all that shit with and for you. And now I'm over here with nothing to show for it. except for a ruined career, left behind, a shitload of dirty industry laden history, a bunch of tapes on me that I don't know if they're ever going to surface, no money, no child, no ring on my finger. Oh, I'm going in on Cassie right now. You want me to be that now? Lawsuit. And he paid her because she know that he know that she know that he know what we did together. Oh no, 24 hours later, take your money, take your settlement. Let's get this lawsuit the fuck up out of here. We thought he was crazy for 24 hours. Tactically, he should have strung it along for the public perception, but he should have been talking with her legal team like, we're gonna close this out. But don't let it happen in 24 hours because then all the other wolves came, right? He needed to do managing of Cassie and the public perception at the same time, but he didn't. He just did one. He didn't do the other one. Okay. And the Fed saw that, settled in a day. You think they don't start investigating? You think they're ear into the street? They don't go hear things? 20 million. What? They go to Cassie and they put their claws in her. Now you have your star witness, Cassie. You are now working with us. We start getting information with Cassie. We start building our case. We start pulling on other people, bringing other people in. Hey, we're going to offer you immunity. The drug mule gets arrested. Next thing you know, let's raid his cribs. We got a warrant now to raid his cribs. We got a court's approval, a judge's approval for this warrant to raid these cribs. When you raid the cribs, you find complementing evidence towards some of your witnesses of what they're already telling you, the Cassies of the world and whatnot. By the way, the feds also had the civil lawsuit by Cassie. Shit, we had it, right? So they read that shit too. Now they go raid the cribs. We're gonna get videos. We're gonna get evidence. We're gonna get guns. We're gonna possibly get drugs. We're gonna get all these things. Now we got these key star witnesses. We got these players. We got these people who have been next to them. We got these girlfriends. We got these assistants. We got evidence from the raids. And at some point, it's time for the indictment. And Diddy starts running around New York saying, hey, I just want to stay close because I know this is coming. And they said, it's time. And they put the bracelets on him, and the rest is history. That's my theory. Okay. That's my theory of why he just went through this being overcharged scenario of a Rico. Not Diageo, not the government looking to say, hey, you know what? We got all this America debt. Let's go grab some of Diddy's money, and not because of Tupac, somebody that you guys have shown us for 20 years. You don't care to solve that shit. Cassie will always be the middle of the entire nuclear bomb, to the point where even now she's catching lawsuits. Are we nailing it? Or are we nailing it? What y'all think, chat? Is it conspiracy theory 1, 2, 3, or my breakdown? And chat, I'm welcome to other ones as well, but I'm just saying,